Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. It's so nice to have you here. My name is Pratika and I am a mom of two kids, a 5-year-old and a 8-month-old. And today I wanted to talk to you guys about breastfeeding essentials. What are the things you absolutely need in order to establish breastfeeding successfully with your baby? And I'll also talk a little bit about what are the things that you actually don't need that a lot of people might tell you that you do need. And when I say establish breastfeeding, most of the things that I mentioned in this video are things you will need in the first 6 to 8 weeks of establishing breastfeeding. Once you know the breastfeeding relationship is established and you're nursing your baby like a pro, after about 6 weeks or so, you don't need most of these things. But these I found quite necessary in order to establish breastfeeding with both of my babies. So with that, let's get started. So babe, before we get started, I just wanted to again put in a disclaimer. I am not a certified lactation consultant or anything like that. All of the things that I'm suggesting here are based on experience nursing my two babies. I nursed my first baby till she was about 2.5 years old, and I'm currently nursing my second baby. So this is just my opinion, and if there's anything you would like to add to this or remove, let me know in the comments below. Also, all of the things that I'm mentioning here, I will link them down below in case you would like to purchase any of them. All the links and details will be down below. So the first thing that I wanted to suggest was a nipple butter. This one is from Mama Earth, and what nipple butter is basically is a balm that you sort of apply on your nipples. So the first time that you start breastfeeding, especially with your firstborn, I didn't actually have this problem with my second baby, but with my first baby, oh man, was it painful. So your nipples get really sore because they're not like used to breastfeeding, right? So your body's kind of like wondering what the hell is happening, and you can get cracked and really dry sore nipples, and a nipple butter sort of helps ease that discomfort a little bit. This one is from Mama Earth. It's made with all natural materials, so it's got like lots of good stuff like shea butter, organic olive oil, coconut oil, like a bunch of things. But if you would not like to use this, there is a little um, a little more stronger nipple butter available in the market called Lanizo, which is what most lactation consultants would actually recommend. The reason that they recommend Lanizo is because it doesn't really have any fragrance, and so um, from what I understand is that it helps the child sort of understand what the mom's smell is, whereas with nipple butters like these, they have fragrance in them and it might confuse the baby. I didn't seem to have any problem with it, but I will link both of these nipple butters down below. But absolutely crucial that you have these. Have this with you, maybe one or two options to see which works for you and which doesn't. And basically, you apply, at least in the first few weeks, you apply this every time you nurse your baby, and it does really help with easing the sore nipples and the cracked nipples and all of that. So I would definitely recommend that you have a nipple butter with you. There are some people who might say apply coconut oil, ghee, and even breast milk. For me, none of those things, well, I didn't try the coconut oil and ghee. Breast milk didn't really work for me. So what did work was nipple butters, and I will link a couple that I use down below, and I would recommend all of them. My second recommendation would be a nursing sleeping bra. So this is what it kind of looks like. This one is from H&M, and you don't have to buy this particular one. This is just the one that I use, but Marks and Spencer makes one, Jockey makes one as well. Basically, this is like a tank top, sort of like a crop top, you know. And this one is especially for nursing mamas. And the reason it's called a nursing sleeping bra is because this is what you wear when you sleep, when you go to sleep. So the first time that I had my baby, I didn't realize how important it was to wear a bra while sleeping, just because your um, your breasts are really sore, they're leaking all the time. Again, my experience, it might not happen to you, but this is what happened with me, was that I had problems with leaking and sore breasts, and it was just really, I just really wanted to have like something like this, like a soft material between me and the, and the shirt or the gown or the top or whatever it is that I was wearing, to sort of protect uh, my my nipples basically. And I realized that I didn't have something like this, and so the second time when I was pregnant, I bought a bunch of these, and this is what they call it: a nursing sleeping bra. But you're going to wear this all through the day, at least in the first 6 to 8 weeks when you're at home with the baby and establishing nursing and all of that. And man, this is such a big game changer for me. You cannot wear um, regular bras for sure, and you definitely cannot wear like bras with underwires. And so having these really soft bras that are easy, it's easy to take them down, nurse your baby, put them back on, and at the same time it provides a soft sort of protection for your breast. I would highly recommend that. And with that, I would recommend a nursing pad. So that's my like third essential item. So this is what a nursing pad looks like. This is the soft part, and then this is the waterproof part. And so this, along with this, is what you would generally wear during the night time. And you sort of put this, and this is how you would sleep. And this ensures that A, when you leak, it like soaks up a lot of the liquid, and B, it protects your sore breast as well. So these are the two things that I would recommend. Again, this only lasts for about, I would say, like 6 weeks, and then once your supply sort of stabilizes and your body sort of figures out how much milk your baby needs, your oversupply issues. So oversupply is when your body's creating more milk than you need or your baby needs, and that's when you have like leakage. So once that stabilizes, you actually will not need this. But in the first 6 to 8 weeks, this along with the nursing pad, man, that was like a lifesaver for me. And with these nursing pads, these are the reusable ones. So they come with like a laundry bag, and so you use them, put them in the laundry bag, throw them in the wash. Or you could also use these ones. These are it's folded in half, but these are the disposable ones. These actually absorb a lot more liquid than these ones. So I would recommend having both of these options available depending on what you need, and you can donate the other one later on. So so bra and nursing pads. The fourth essential item for me is a nursing pillow. And a nursing pillow, not only does it ensure that the baby is like a much higher up when it's in your lap, so you're not bending down and sort of like screwing up your back and neck, nursing your baby, but also it ensures that the baby is like propped up and closer to you, and so it's more comfortable for the baby, it's more comfortable for you. You can sort of figure out if the baby is latching correctly or not. And I think it's a really essential item in that sense. Now I've used a lot of like nursing pillows. I use like the foam ones and the U-shaped ones, and none of them really work for me. Either they were just too uncomfortable, or there would be a gap between me and the pillow, and it kind of like beat the purpose of having a nursing pillow altogether. What I really wanted a nursing pillow was to have a pillow so that I could be hands free and be on my phone or reading a book or something like that when I was nursing the baby. And so none of the nursing pillows provided that for me, so I just designed my own, and this is what it is. This is the Mamari Luna nursing pillow. I will add some close-up shots of this nursing pillow. But what this does is that it is ergonomically designed to be very flush against your body, so that there's no gap between you and the baby, and you can sort of adjust how firm or soft you want the pillow to be. You can adjust how high or low you want the pillow to be. So based on your size and your baby's size, you can sort of adjust the pillow. Also, the filling of the Luna pillow is completely biodegradable and compostable, unlike other pillows that are either made out of foam or polyfill. which isn't the best materials out there when it comes to babies. This is made out of completely organic, biodegradable materials, and so that is a great thing too. So um, I'll link to my website for the Luna pillow down below if you are interested in checking it out. So those are my 4 absolute essentials for establishing breastfeeding with your baby. And now I'm going to talk a little bit about things that you actually don't need. So the first thing you do, I don't think that you need, and this, this is completely my opinion, and I've met people who have used it, but a nursing bra, I just I just thought a nursing bra was just way too fiddly. You have to remove a hook and pull it down and then put the hook back. I never ended up using all of the nursing bras that I bought. I just used my regular bras. So even though I would recommend like the nursing sleeping bras, you know, but I would not recommend the nursing bras. I just think that they're more work, and also they tend to be like either really expensive or really bad fitting. So I just would not recommend nursing bras. Just your regular roll bra is good, but if you would like to give nursing bras a go, just buy one. I think Marks and Spencer makes one, H&M makes one as well, so I'll link a couple down below that you can try. Just try one, and if it works for you, then order more. But I just didn't think it was essential at all. It made things difficult, in fact, for me. So that's one. Second thing that I don't think that you should bother with are nursing covers. I have a link to. I'll link. I have another video about nursing in public in India, and there are a lot of tips in there. That sort of tell you how to nurse in public. You don't really need a nursing cover. Again, I think nursing cover is more hassle than useful in most cases. But if you think that you're still weird about nursing in public, go ahead and try it. I do use a nursing cover now when my baby is 8 months old, because he tends to get distracted when we're in public. But it's not really an essential for me. The third thing that I don't think that you need to purchase is a breast pump, at least in the first few months of breastfeeding. I know there are a couple of people suggesting that you have a breast pump ready before the baby comes, and I just don't think it's essential. If you nurse on demand in the first few weeks, and you shouldn't really need a breast pump. And if you do need, you can always order one. If your lactation consultant suggests that you buy one, you can. But a lot of the times you will not have issues. You might not have the issues that a breast pump can sort of solve, and breast pumps are really, really expensive, and so just buy it if you must. And if your lactation consultant suggests that you need a breast pump, then you can buy one, but it's not an essential item, in my opinion, at least before the baby is born. And the last thing is nipple shields. And I know a lot of videos on YouTube suggest like nipple shields, and nipple shields are not to be used like lightly. I know a lot of people who use nipple shields in the beginning because a nurse told them or their pediatrician told them or something like that, but they actually cause more harm than good, and there's like evidence to prove that. And so only purchase a nipple shield if you are suggested to get one by your by a certified lactation consultant. If a certified lactation consultant that you're happy with is suggesting that you try using nipple shields, that's when you should be purchasing nipple shields. But in most cases you will not need it, and you should, I would say, avoid using them, just because there's just a lot of evidence around the fact that it actually causes more harm than good. So those were a couple of like my essentials and things that you probably do not need for breastfeeding. If you have any other questions or you would like to add to this list, do put that in the comments below, and I will see you in my next video. If you would like to see more content like this, I talk a lot about breastfeeding, cloth diapering, baby wearing, healthy food, baby-led weaning, all of that kind of stuff in my videos. And so if you would like to see more content like this, do hit that subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.